Hello YouTube, I'm Edward of Team 2CDZ, and I'm here for another installment of the Top 10 Things Wrong With. Now this week, I've chosen a game that in the past couple weeks I've been playing a lot of. Empire Total War. The first Total War to be predominantly a gunpowder based game. Now, when the game initially came out, it was buggy as hell. I mean, the game was released a few months early. There were thousands of complaints on all types of community boards, and I'm here to mention 10 things from this game that were probably on that list. At number 10, we have something that just really bugged me throughout this entire game. Cannons are inaccurate as hell. I mean, seriously, I once went up against an army of 1,200 redcoats, and my cannons, which I had 20 of, were unable to hit more than 12 of them in total. That's just not good enough. In later games, such as Shogun 2 and Napoleon, they make up for this, and cannons become quite accurate and useful. But in this game, you couldn't hit the broadside of a castle wall. At number 9, we have a very big issue, and this issue is troops rout when only 3 or 4 of their buddies are cut down. Now, in most other Total War games, a unit could lose more than half of its original amount of troops, and they'll still be fighting with all their might. But in Empire, you could take down 5 soldiers in a unit of 160, and they will rout. They're not going to become shaken. They're not going to stop. They're just going to hightail it out of there and let the enemy shoot them in the back. Now, that's just pitiful. In every other Total War game, you could lose 90% of your soldiers in a unit and they will still keep on fighting. This is just unacceptable to see so many troops rout from only 3 or 4 deaths. At number 8, we have technologies. Now, since this is the first game that involves technologies in the Total War series, it's kind of an interesting concept. Replace population requirements and city upgrades. Now all that's needed is research technology. But the annoying thing about it is, A, it takes a long time to research several of the lower tier ones. 2, once you get them, other countries will be demanding them left and right for pitiful amounts of gold. Yeah, let's make a guy who's just almost at war with me stronger by giving him a technology that will enable him to get repeating rifles or the such. That just doesn't fly. At number 7, we have the town system. Now, it is just god-awful. I mean, I cannot tell you how awful this town system is in this game. 1, the HUD for it all is not connected to the province, so you can forget them entirely if you don't notice them. 2, they are incredibly hard to notice. And 3, the only thing they're good for is building churches to convert the population or pleasure palaces to keep your people happy. Yeah, you can build a few factories on them, but they're hardly worth it in the long run. Especially when you get to turn 100, where you can start putting out so much money with the few factories that you do have that you'll just be able to rely exclusively on them. At number 6, we have an issue that's applicable even today, the happiness of the classes. In Empire Total War, it can be quite difficult to keep them both pleased. If you have the nobles all angry, you're going to get a rebellion. If you get the workers angry, they're going to destroy places in your kingdom and then rebel. This system of trying to balance it out is very difficult, especially when some of your philanthropy that you research later on in the game causes huge amounts of strife and clamor for reform. And not to mention that the buildings used to research these things also cause reform issues. It just makes it so that it's nearly impossible to keep your people happy by turn 100. And, revolution is a guarantee in this game whenever you go into an area outside your home colonies. Thank you for watching this video, and tune in next week when we got our new installment, Top 10 Things Right with Cameron Lale. Peace out, and tune in next week for another Top 10 Things Wrong with.